Welcome back to the Brew Crew podcast, everyone. This is day 10 of the Advent calendar. Yep, that's what I did. I did day 10 of the Advent calendar. Today we got, we got famous brewer, famous, brewer. We got popular brewer, very majorly known in this region, but not from this region. Anchorage Brewing Company, the Nectar. This is a bottle, as you can see. The can art, bottle art is exquisite, and Anchorage provides a lot of excellent beer. The reason why I think that they have some sort of fame, or even in some, maybe some consider infamy, would be that they sell ultra expensive beers that are in the $60 to $150 range for a single beer, usually covered in wax. And Barrel House has some. So if you are interested in spending $120 on a beer, go to Barrel House and buy theirs. Buy their inventory. I actually do think that there's some merit. You have to be really into beer to want this. If you're just kind of like a casual beer drinker, you don't do it. But if you enjoy beer and you want to test yourself and have something that has that craft in it, go get that Anchorage beer from Barrel House. Here you go, 3, 2, 1. And this podcast is of course in conjunction with, in partnership with, and in coordination with our friends at the Barrel House. Brew Crew podcast, Barrel House, collab. Cheers to you guys. This is a honey saison, a Brett saison with honey. Now what that means is that this beer has been laced with pine tar. George Brett. All right. I find there to be something disturbing about saison base flavor constantly. There you go. There's a little snifter. Not a little. This is a normal size tulip glass. It smells very good. It's mostly the nose, as they say, is sweet. It's very honey-like. And this bulbous tulip glass, as the science has clearly proven, which I need to research. I'm mocking the science, but it's likely that it is actually true. I just mock it because it's kind of ridiculous. But I'm not an expert in fluid dynamics. Now, the funny thing is I know more than one person who is an expert in fluid dynamics. To me, that's crazy how I know anyone in that domain. And I know multiple people in that domain. And they're like insanely cool, down to earth people. You'd think that they'd be like kind of, introverted nerds. Nope, they're like awesome bros, man. I gotta say, I don't understand the saison. I don't understand the appeal. I don't understand the type of beer this is. I don't understand why anyone would be why you would be compelled to brew this style of beer. But I'm surprised all the time by the number of people who like it, the number of people who enjoy it, who purposely seek it out. And this really applies to many beers I don't like. I just feel like there's so many more enjoyable styles of beer. And you can put honey in other things and have it be phenomenal, excellent. I would like to think that maybe let's give this beer a fair shake. What's happening is that I'm gonna guess, I don't know what that is. I guess it's probably some sort of hop. It's probably the hop. and the malt combo, it just overtakes this beer in a way that's somewhat unpleasant. And what I'd like to see from a beer like this is that the honey would be plentiful enough to where it would actually draw the flavor towards like a more honey flavor than, you know, a sweet saison. It's probably likely there's enough of honey in here for it to matter, but there's not enough honey in here for it to increase the likability. I love honey. I've been gifted a honeycomb before from my wife. Ate it like candy. Just bit into it, you know, chewed the wax, whatever. Everything's good. And I wish there was more of that. You can get honey that draws some of its flavor from the flowers that the bees used, you know, pollinated. I think. I don't really know all of the details here, but the bees they make honey, but they pollinate and they go flower to it. So they get some of the nectar from certain flowers, then they bring that with them over here and do something with it. But when they're getting the nectar, I think they have something on their, you know, butts, and you know, pollinates. It's science, you know. I've watched it before. It's like the same thing with remembering the episode number. I have at one time known how this happens. The one thing I'm never really sure about is like how the honey comes about. How does the honey get made? Like, I get the pollination part, but what are they doing? They're bringing the nectar back and then they're like spitting it into a comb. I'm not sure how that works. But honey's great. So anyway, long story short, you can actually, you know, depending on where you're collecting this honey or where I guess you could stage your colony, your bee colony, and then you can get different types of honey because the nectar or whatever comes from a different flower. And so you can pull from sweet, and you could get some what do you call it, bitter, some dank, I don't know. You can get all kinds of stuff. You can even get really terrible honey that should never have been made. You know, there's bees that form hives in a wall in some, you know, shitty building that has mold and asbestos. I mean, you can have bad honey. You don't want to eat that honey. But I think you need to amp up this beer. You need to pull some of that awful saison flavor away from the beer. Like, be sweeter. Be more honey-like. Have more floral honeyness, sweet flavor to it. I don't know, this style of beer doesn't do it for me. I wish it did. But I was able to get a good 9 minutes of content for you, the listener and the watcher, out of this saison that I don't like. This beer is a solid, barely, it is, I'll say this, it's more drinkable as a saison than other saisons. Is it? I would not pick this beer again. I wouldn't drink it again. But I wouldn't dump it. The reason why I wouldn't drink it again is because I just simply I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying this beer. But I can finish it. So I don't want to give the score, but I have to. This beer is slightly above my lowest score of beers that I drink. Drink the whole thing. Anything below 2.5, I'm typically dumping. But I'll give this beer a 2.75. I gave that score recently, maybe as recent as yesterday, but I just don't like it. And no offense to Anchorage. Anchorage makes great beer. I'm not into this style, and I don't see how I can ever recover. So that's it. Excellent episode today. Join us tomorrow for day 11. and then the next day after that for day 12, and then it continues on similarly in sequence. So there you have it. Day 10, Brew Crew Podcast. Bye.